Let's talk about your experience with the San Juan, because we know that you know this submarine pretty well indeed.
Well, I would not say pretty well. I know submarines pretty well. However, a long time ago, as a very junior officer, I used to sail on the San Juan when she was in German waters. I was part of the dockyard crew who had a military assistance when the San Juan was sailing in the North Sea, and I had the deep diving exercises with the submarines, and I was embarked for 3 or 4 days.
So do you think that the San Juan, this kind of navy, is a reliable one?
Yes, of course. The submarine San Juan is a very reliable submarine. It's technically sophisticated at that time, of course, 1983, 1984, but it's a good submarine. I remember the submarine as very stable, very fast, and and you see it also from the lifetime. If the submarine is diving after 30 years, and it must be a reliable one, yes.
Which was your first thought, especially when the world began talking about a possible blast on board?
First thoughts when I heard from the missing of the San Juan was, of course, that I thought of a radio problem. However, since we know about this blast, I think it's a major problem, and perhaps that is caused by the reports we already have now that water has come through the snorkel system into one of the battery rooms.
So it's not a part of speculation, it's perfectly probable that something like that could happen on board of the submarine?
Well, generally, high waves are a problem not only for surface ships but also for submarines. If indeed, and we have of course this report now from the Argentinian Navy, that water has come through the snorkel system into the battery, that could cause a fire, that could cause the production of gas, which is quite more dangerous than just a fire on board of a submarine. So,
Mr. Seltzer, definitive seawater wetting the batteries probably could do a lot of harm to the submarine.
Yes, true. Not only the submarine, but also the crew. It's, in my eyes, nearly no chance that the submarine is there and the crew is still alive. So my theory would be the following. You have water in the battery, you have a small fire in the battery, you think the fire is extinguished, but it's still there, and you have the production of gas. The submarine crew perhaps got hurt by this gas and was not able to steer the submarine continuously on a good depth. And we know all that the area where the San Juan is probably lost is in some parts deeper than 300, 400 meters, it's more than 3,000 meters. And of course, a submarine is not possible to withstand that pressure. And the feeling of all the German submariners are with our Argentinian friends on board of the San Juan, and much more with their families, because we can understand how a submariner and how the submarine family will feel. I'm the president of the German Submariners Association, and I expressed my sadness and our sorrowness against the Argentinian Navy, against the Argentinian Submariners Association, and I asked them also to pass our wishes and our prayers. We are praying for that to the Argentinian submarine community and the families of the crew of the San Juan.